What's up, everybody? Lacrosse season is back in action, and if you guys watched the first weekend of women's lacrosse, second weekend of men's lacrosse, I can say right now with certainty that it is going to be a very uncertain season. Lots of top dogs went down on the men's side. For the women's side, the top 10 kind of remained the same with the exception of JMU, who lost pretty big to Carolina. But other than that, the women's side pretty much stayed the same. With that being said, we have some huge games on slate for this upcoming weekend. So I thought it'd be a great time to introduce a new segment that I'm hoping you guys like, and I'm hoping we can continue throughout the spring weekend watch. I'm gonna give you guys games to watch, where to find them, and then specific things to watch within the game, because we all like to watch for fun, but for lacrosse players who are really looking to improve, watching live and watching specific things is gonna make you better. So we have 4 games on slate for this weekend for you guys to watch, and then we're gonna predict the outcomes. And each weekend, whoever gets the most right, whoever comments and gets the most right is in the running for a giveaway. Ran this on my Instagram, thought we'd try it over YouTube. Weekend watch, it's go time. So, first things first, Valentine's Day is almost here. Not just a day for love, it's a day for lax. 7 p.m. on the 14th, Terps go down to Florida. Gonna be a big top 5 matchup midweek. I know the Terps are coming off a big win against George Mason. Gators are coming off a big win against Colorado. Should be a good one. Things that the top thing that I want you guys to watch, all my centers out there, I want you to watch the draw battle. Number 17, Shannon Kavanaugh for Florida. She pushes it straight up, tries to win the ball out of the air straight up. Number 16 on Maryland, Callie Hartshorn. She pulls and tends to like to win it over her shoulder. So those are two, Callie's a junior, Shannon's a sophomore. Both of them last year had extremely successful seasons at the center circle. That's gonna be the battle within the battle to watch. Cat draws are often a cat and mouse kind of situation, and that'll be a good one. It's gonna be really interesting to see how they adjust, see who maybe has to be the first to try a new technique. I know both teams have a couple other centers in the slate ready to go if things aren't working out. So I think whoever wins that draw battle will win the game. My prediction for that game, I think it's gonna be a 14-10 Terps victory. But shout out to my girl Nadine Hadnaggy, who coaches the Gators. I love you. I might not root for the Gators, but I of course root for you. All right, second game on tap, ready to go. Got my popcorn, we're all good. 8 p.m., Friday the 15th, Dartmouth at Northwestern. So the Dartmouth head coach is Danielle Spencer. She's actually a former Northwestern former Northwestern assistant and Northwestern player. So she's kind of going back to her home territory to hopefully make a stamp with this Dartmouth team. What to watch in that game is Selena Lasota. So Selena Lasota is a senior for Northwestern, number 2, who is super fast, super athletic, can make a lot of things happen from out far. She can shoot from really far away. She can also shoot up close. She's on the Canadian national team last year, had a really successful World Cup with them in 2017, is looking to make her mark her senior year. When you're watching Selena, what I want you to watch is, one, how she uses her dominant hand and opens up her dominant hand in unusual ways. So a lot of teams will try to force her to go left. She'll pull across, dip under and shoot, or depending on if she's coming around the crease, you'll see her roll around the crease, technically supposed to be in her left hand, but she'll shield it across and then shoot a riser backhand shot, kind of with her back facing the goalie. She definitely prefers her right hand, but has figured out a way to make it work. So that's one way, one thing I want you to watch. Second thing I want you to watch is how she uses a face guard. So a lot of times she'll set picks and come off the picks, either to free herself up or free her teammates up. I know there's people watching who've been face guarded. That's an easy way to kind of help your team succeed, either in the play or not. So my guess for that game, I'm gonna say 15-8 Northwestern. All right, moving right along, we have Saturday. So Saturday at 12 p.m., the 16th, is probably the biggest game of the season. Huge ACC matchup. Syracuse at BC. So BC has the three-headed monster, I've called them, with Dempsey Arsenal, Sam Puzzo, and Kenzie Kent. Kenzie Kent had like 9 points last weekend in her return in something like 650 days. Something crazy. She hasn't played lacrosse since she took last year off. So she kind of stepped right into the game ready to go. I think she's been itching to play. I think this is going to be an incredible game. But if you're going to watch any particular matchup, any two players, it's going to be Sam Puzzo and Emily Harris-Chuck in the center circle and then on each of their ends around the crease. They're two really cool players because they kind of mirror each other. Both are righties, both take the draw, and both are attackers. Very, very dominant in each of their categories, but each of their areas, but they play a little bit differently. Sam Puzzo, Wharton winner, US member, has a resume this long. Awesome person. She kind of uses her speed and agility to get open. So she'll take people one way, go to the other. If she's behind the crease, she'll slip around and kind of mosey through and slip around the top of the crease if they're zoned. She's really, really good at dodging and feeding and cutting. So she's someone who uses kind of that quick step to get around the crease to get her shot off. Emily Harris-Chuck uses a little bit more power. So she'll either dodge, full steam ahead, use her shoulder, dip into it and go, or she'll look to kind of look at for the outside risers. She's someone who uses a little bit more power, but can also easily have her finesse movements as well. She reminds me a lot of Kayla Trainer, but tends to play more up top, at least in the games I've seen. Both of them are incredible attackers. Both of them do really well at the draw. Emily Harris-Chuck is pretty new to the draw, I think, from what I've seen, but she did really well against UConn when I watched her this year. So I think that's gonna be a battle in the center and a battle at each of the creases. If one of those girls has a big game, I suspect that team's gonna be the winner. Game score, I'm thinking BC's gonna win 17-12. I think it's gonna be a shootout with those powerful offenses. I think BC's got this one pretty easily, but I still think Cuse can put up quite a few points behind Harris-Chuck. And last but not least, we're almost to the end of my popcorn, guys. Sunday, 1 p.m., the 17th, Duke at Northwestern. So Northwestern actually has a pretty big week coming up. Both of them have a lot of really good freshmen. A number of those freshmen, both for Northwestern and Duke, are on the U19 team within that 23-player pool that'll be down to 18 this summer. Something that I want you guys to watch, Duke versus Northwestern. Typically in the past, before the shot clock, both of these offenses definitely like to take their time. They like to not milk the clock, but work the clock. They like to work for the best shot to put their team in the best position to succeed. Plus, they could win the draw pretty easily in the center circle, so it gave them kind of that time to relax. Now, both of those teams, because of the shot clock rules and different things, have gone from kind of slowing it down to pushing it offensively, but really trying to clog the middle defensively. So both of them in the games I've watched have been messing between a man-to-man and a zone. And when they go zone, they tend to clog that middle. So it's not a high pressure backer. There's a lot of passing off back and forth, trying to clog the middle to keep that shot, to get that shot clock to go off. The shot clock works in a zone's favor because if there's no shots to be had in the middle, it makes it really hard to shoot. Shot clock violation is a turnover, you get the ball back. So you've seen a lot of teams go to the zone with the implementation of the shot clock, and these two are two of them. They will play man, but I anticipate kind of Duke and Northwestern looking to flood that middle, making it really hard for the Dodgers on both teams to dodge and make them force the Dodgers to be feeders. So I think it'll be a really interesting game. I'm gonna kind of think a little bit of an upset. I think Duke's gonna win 9-8. So that's my bet for the score. All right, guys. Well, my popcorn's pretty much, whoops, all gone. It's been great. Gonna refill it. Gonna go watch a whole weekend of Lax. This is the best time of year. A lot of teams are finding their identities. Big players are stepping up. People that you didn't know in fall, having their shining moments. And I think we're gonna see a weekend and a season of some upsets. So let me know what you guys think. Comment your scores below. Whoever gets the most right is in a pool to win a giveaway. See you next weekend.